We roam the still, cold world. No horizon in sight. The rulers of old, stripped of pride and glory. It feels as yesterday we were turning the wheels of progress. Until the frost stopped it all. Suddenly, without a warning. When tides had changed, they changed for all of us, no matter wealth or class. We've lost our world to snow. And with it, our last traces of humanity. We bid farewell to plenty, and for those who remained came the time to adapt. We decided to leave our homes and head north. We roamed for weeks, maybe months, leaving behind all the things we once believed had made us. It was hope that pushed us forward. Slowly, step by step. We knew the cost of our journey, and we paid the price 100 times. Finally, the time has come to build the last city on Earth.
A new home. We fled from London and crossed the seas to reach the frozen north. On our way, our convoy was hit by a blizzard and scattered. A handful of us managed to reach the site of this generator, only to find it frozen solid and abandoned. Why is no one here? Did any of our people survive the blizzard? Are there any others out there? Whatever we do, we should expect the worst now that the world we know has crumbled. We have to survive. Hello everybody, my name is Eggy, and we will be jumping straight into a brand new gameplay of FrostPunk. This is a first time playthrough where we'll be going through and attempting to do our best to survive, and we'll just keep the episodes up until we actually end up dying or losing all of our people or get kicked out for being an absolute jackass. Fight the cold. We need to get the generator working. It provides heat and power to other buildings. Without it, we'll freeze to death. Stockpile some coal and start the generator. Okay. So, first order of business, I'm actually going to have 2 groups get this coal up here. And I'm going to send a couple of groups to get wood. Mainly because I want to get as much wood, coal, and steel as I can on the first few days before the major drop that will happen in temperature right here on the little bit past the 4th day. So we will have our people go off actually trudging through the snow to go and do their work. It is so appealing. The aesthetics in this game are just fantastic. I just love watching all the people trudging through the snow, and then we'll speed things up a little bit here. Once they actually get to where they're going, they will gather from the materials that is around, and they will trudge them back. And these, I wish I could zoom in further. You actually can't. I'm zoomed in all the way. They will just trudge back in these little bags. They will put them into our depot, drop them off, store them where they need to go, do whatever they need to do, and they'll come back. It's absolutely fantastic. A word of advice: workers needed. There is so much to do and not enough hands to do it. A quick way of assessing this problem is to put our children to work. And we can now actually open the Book of Laws and look at the child labor laws. Now we have safe jobs, which will put children to work in the likes of soup kitchens and things like that. Or we could do child shelters, which will keep them inside like a daycare. while the adults are off working. Now, what I'm not actually going to do either of these just yet. I'm going to let them roam around for a little bit. What I'm going to do is the emergency shift, because this will let me do a 24-hour forced mandate for work. For the next 24 hours, people will work in any facility I choose, and it will also make the discontent rise slightly. This does, in fact, cause some people to die, however, from exhaustion and heart attacks. So, 24 hours on the job, insane, but that's our lot. Work, work, work until you die. Now, we do have 80 homeless people. No one here has homes, and we have gathered quite a bit of wood, so we're going to go ahead and build some homes. Each home houses 10 people, and it has a weatherproofing of 1. So that's 2, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. And then we will also, because we have room, build 2 medical outposts. We don't have enough to build the second one just yet, but as soon as we get 25 more wood, perfect. Now, these buildings will have these little hammers, and they won't actually get built because I have no spare people. But as soon as the work day ends, these people will go and build what is requested of them. So these are very, very good things to get started with and get started on. And I have a limited amount of people, as well as a limited amount of resources of each person. You'll see here I have 50 of the little kind of gloved hand. That's 50 workers. I then have 15 of the gloved hand with a gear around it. That is 15 engineers. And then I have 15 of the 2 little gloves. Those are children. So what we're going to do is, everybody has now finished work for the day. So they're going to come home, they're going to start building. And you can see here that they'll just get to work, doing what they need to do. It's absolutely stunning. I wish there was a way to zoom in and like get a closer up look of this. But it's just amazing. It is so stunning watching this game unfold. This tent has been built. This one should be soon after. And we'll actually speed up a little bit. You'll see when the tents get finished, it does change everything. And then they will actually get a little bit of snow on top. And it will change the look of the entire building. The generator, the heating is off. The generator's off. People are afraid they'll freeze to death if they sleep. If they don't get it in their sleep, you need to turn it on for at least the night. Okay, we will actually do that because we have 352 coal. It costs 6 coal to start the engine, and then it will consume 1 coal for all heat zones, and that will happen every hour. So 6 coal per hour, and that amount will increase as time goes on. Food. The generator hums with a reassuring warmth, but we don't want to take it for granted. If the generator goes down, the city dies. Be mindful of cold reserves. Now, food. There'll be no city if we starve to death. Secure a way to provide raw food and build a cookhouse to prepare meals. We shall. Secure food. We have a couple of missions here that we need to do. And we will actually go ahead and get to that as soon as we get to the next working day so we can get some more wood. For now, however, we will just let these people build their homes and get a good night's sleep. Perfect. When I hover here, you'll see that I can actually see where my people are at, so I will be taking away the 10 people from here and putting them to work in the one in the hospital. We don't have any sick people apart from one, and the other will go on to helping with the steel. We will finish through the night, speeding things up for ourselves. We are gaining a couple more sick people. Now, even though the generator's on and it's warm, you'll see here, there is a few places throughout the area that have a low chance of getting sick, and those people need to be within those low chances of getting sick to stay healthy. These people that were sick were probably people that were out working and walking around and that weren't back within the generator. Let's get to work. We can't let up now. Yes, too true, too right. Now we will actually see here, we actually have a couple of tutorials. I already know how to do everything that's here, so I will just breeze through these. And if anybody wants to pause, you can pause and look at what these say. There we go. A new law. I think I will introduce the extended shift. This is right after the emergency shift, and it will let you extend the workday to a 14-hour shift, making everybody work overtime. This will increase the dissatisfaction and the discontent, but it will in fact then help us out further later. My father used to tell us we were lucky to work 10 hours a day. I know many will complain, but we have to work harder to survive. You are too true. Now, we will speed things up just to get through this a little bit more, and we will actually get to where we need to be. Resource-wise, okay. Let's get a cookhouse built. Now, the cookhouse, I will also be keeping on the second level. The second level is typically what I keep houses in, but the cookhouse has a very, very low, it has a very, very low temperature threshold. So if it's chilly, it's not going to even let you like cook food. So food must be cooked when this is at a livable expectation or a livable amount. So let's go ahead and remove, I don't know why I used the word expectation, it's not like me at all. I'm nervous because I'm recording my first YouTube video. Don't judge me. Now we have another law we can put into effect. I will actually be looking into the child labor laws now. We have the fighting arena, we could do food additives or make soup instead, and we could do medical treatments or build a cemetery or just choose corpse disposal, which is essentially a snow pit that we will just chuck all the bodies into, let them freeze, and be frozen. However, I'm going to be looking into the child labor laws. I don't want to do safe jobs, which lets them work in like cookhouses and such, because this can actually get the children killed, and it can like cause accidents, and then you have to keep them off work. And the parents are like, I don't want my children working if they're going to get hurt, so they have like a whole dispute, and they get mad, and yada yada yada. Not fun, not fun at all. I will be doing the child shelters. So they will stay inside during the day, and they won't cause any mischief. I'll have to build the child shelter, and it will bring up hope. But later, if I choose shelters, I get the apprentices program, which lets me make the children either go for a medical apprentice or an engineering apprentice, which will speed up the efficiency or the research speed of those things. Now, 1, 2, right there. And we will build a road up to it. That is going to be our children's area. And then we will make the, oh no, we already have a cookhouse. We want a hunter's hut. And that'll also be 1, 2 out, because it takes 2 spaces to make a house. We might actually just put this back here to keep it out of the way, which will leave 1, 2, 3 spaces there, and we'll stack them this way just because I do not want to have to deal with the lack of housing room later and having to dismantle these. Everybody's back up and at work. Let's get them building. The children are cared for. Fantastic. People from our colony. With basic resources secured for now, we could try to rescue some people that we left behind, build a beacon, scout the Frostland, and save as many survivors from the expedition as possible. You'll need a workshop to design plans for more advanced buildings. No problem, we will do that momentarily. First, I want to get the hunter's hut done, and let's get, people are cooking food already. Let's go ahead and get some hunters. So, we will get 1 full amount of hunters. Now, these guys don't actually work during the day. They rest all day and then go hunt at night. So we will leave that there. And we are still good with sick people. We're down to 1 person sick only, and they'll be held here. Totally fine. Now what we're looking for is going to be a group of individuals who we can send off into the frozen depths. Let's see. And Let's make sure. Okay. So what we're going to do here now is we're actually going to get a couple of people working on wood, because we have no wood being produced, which is a big no-no. Yes, please. Bring in more wood. And as soon as the wood is brought in, just enough. Oh, we have a notification here. Child shelter, a thank you note. We just wanted to thank you. Back in London, it was only the wealthy that didn't have to send their kids to work. In this new world you're creating, we can see things will be different. It was the right thing to do. Hope will rise slightly. Hey! Fantastic. Now, we will go ahead and speed up the day a little bit more. Let's get through and get to where we're wanting to go. Could not be done. There's not enough raw food. Totally fine. We have 130 meals, a little bit more than that, so it's fine. A new law, yes. Engineering apprentices is what we will be doing. It will speed up the research speed of your game. If you go with the medical apprentices, the children will actually make the medical facilities more efficient, getting all your people back to work quicker. But I would rather try to do preventative medicine than going through with the doctor teaching stuff. I think I'd rather just have the research to upgrade my generator first, faster. So let's go ahead and have a little look here. We're actually going to build a resource gathering post, and we'll put it right here in the center of that. That will get built by these lovely little folks here, who will come up here and get to work. Fantastic. We'll then put these people to go work in this new area. The reason we got 30 people now is because the coal has actually been depleted from this stockpile up here. So we'll also put the rest of the people that are on here and there. As soon as these get finished off, which is pretty soon, then everyone will just come to work in this hut, where they will gather everything within the radius of the circle right here. So they'll get 240 wood, 60 steel from this area before it is inoperable. But we can't use this yet because we don't have a road, and to get a road we need wood, so we gotta speed through the night and get to the next day. It is now actually going to drop to 40 degrees Celsius, which is a huge deal. Any places like this that are outside will actually be very high risk of getting sick. So we will pile through here and get this up and running. We'll get everything that we can from these. And frostbite, there you go. I see we must do something, so we will actually click here and we will do the sustain life law when it is available in 20 hours. But right now, let's stop all the work happening there. We have 2 gravely ill people, but they will be fine. They're going to go rest in our medical facility here. We're actually up to 3 now. Let's actually go ahead and, because if you look, everything is now chilly. So we're going to bump up the overdrive. Perfect, and that's going to keep everything livable for a little while longer. And we will now take some road, put it down to there, and this will get started.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Fantastic. We also should have enough for a secondary gathering post, which I will put over here, so that we gather this coal. We do not want to run out of coal ever. And we don't have enough road, I'm sure, but we'll build as much as we possibly can. We can build it to the outside layer, but we don't have road through the houses. So, without road connecting to the center line, nothing works. But we can at least get this built, and as soon as it's done, we will put 10 people in there to work. Amazing. Now, the next thing that we want to do, other than build that road, is actually get started on a, oh, my bad, a workshop. A workshop is a heating level 2, so it could be 2 heating levels away, which is absolutely fine. And we want to get started on some research, because we need to get heaters built for all of our places, or our people are going to get sick. which is happening actually quite quickly. So we will put a second medical post into action. I'll let that get started. We're almost down to being able to put in a new law, so we will put in a new law, which is one of my favorite laws because it's just so helpful.
Your work shift starts.
Perfect. And we will do the sustain life. So we're going to keep people alive and well. They'll use a little bit more space, a little bit more time, but they use less food. They use less food and they're kept alive, but untreated in medical posts, just until further notice, and we can like keep them safe, and sometimes they can actually recover. So that's a really, really good direction to go, and that's the direction that I want to go currently in this. These people now are over here working. They're bringing in resources, which is fantastic. And as soon as we have enough, which we do now, we will continue this down to the main street. As soon as that's built, these guys will get to work, and we're going to put this to a extended shift. Now, the generator, turn off the overdrive. The generator stress level is at critical level. You have to turn off the overdrive now. I see. We're at 96% with the stress level. Now, when this hits 100, it's game over. The generator will actually explode. So we will turn that off, and we will get the temperature to drop back down. But this will, again, make everything chilly. We're not too worried about that right now. We just don't want things blowing up.
Workday ends.
That will slowly lower as time goes on. Just fantastic. Now what we're going to want to do here is keep everything going. We want the extended shift on there. That's fine. We want to keep our coal up as much as possible. A new law. We will actually continue with the sustaining life law and build a care house. The gravely ill and amputees will be cared for at a low-cost special home. That is what we want, and that now gives us the ability to build a new specialty house. We will actually be building this quite a bit back. We're going to build this back here, connected to that road, and we'll continue on this ring around the whole way with things of that nature, as well as a bit of storage. I'm not doing this as efficiently as possible, but it is definitely the way that I'm doing it. Don't judge me. We are dropped down now to 30 degrees, which will in fact make everything livable again, except for these outposts, which will stay chilly. As they are insulated, but they are far away from anything. Like they have an insulation of 0 because they're once insulated, and then the weather is -1. So, that kind of is what it is. Care house promise fulfilled. A care house has been established in accordance with the new law. Hope rises. Yes. Hope rises. Let's get these people. I don't have all of my people because a few of them are sick and in palliative care. We'll get all of our people up and going. With our new care house built, we will actually see that we do have these people in here that are in palliative care, and they will be chilling out. See what I did there? Chilling out until further notice, but we should be able to do something about it. If I'm not mistaken, we can actually get those people back and, you know, working again. We just have to keep them in a warm environment for a while. So let's go ahead and speed up a little bit more. Let's go ahead and continue. And what I'm wanting to do next is actually get the workshops built. There we go. Now, I want to do workshops right here. Oh, let's not do that. I want to get the workshops built right here. And I will have 2 of them for now, and I will build more later. And then let's just build a nice little road out here. Oh, I keep clicking the wrong thing. And let's get that going. And we will put 3 engineers in here. It seems like some of our engineers may actually be sick, and I want those engineers to work on steam hubs. Now, where is our other engineers at? I believe that we do have some that are sick currently. Yes, palliative care. I bet these are engineers. Yes. All 3 engineers are currently sick, in palliative care, so they are frozen, solid. Not what we want. Definitely not what we're looking for. Let's increase the shift of the
Get going. Time to earn.
workshop. We've got a few things going on here. People from our convoy. Family is torn apart. Sir, a woman has come forward after we built the workshop. She says that her husband and daughter didn't reach the city with the main group, but she's sure that they're still out there. She wants to join the first scout team that we'll send out. She urges you to hurry. We will do what we can, lady. As well as this, we have the care home, a thanks note. A note of thanks. That is weird. Someone has left a note at the care house. It reads, "Thank you with all the work that we do. It is hard for our families to properly care for an invalid. Places like this make life a little easier for us all." Okay. I'm glad I could help. I'm so sorry I cannot read. And that's going to get our hope up even further, which is now skyrocketing. We are so hopeful. And now, let's go ahead, speed through the day a little bit more, speed through the work hour. We want to get the Steam Hub researched. It would go a lot better and a lot faster if we actually had all of our people. Now, next, what are we doing next? We're actually going to do cemetery. We have no dead people, but I want the option available for when it happens. Instead of throwing them out into the corpse piles and using their organs later, I just want to do cemetery because it gives a lot of hope. Fantastic. Now the cemetery is a weird building, as in it doesn't matter where it is. It will not make a difference. The Steam Hub is produced. Fantastic. We're going to actually build it. What is this again? Hunter's Hut. Okay, the Hunter's Hut doesn't really matter with, like, the weather. So we're going to build this right here. That covers as many buildings as possible. And that will be fantastic. Now, what that's going to do is, as soon as that builds, you're going to see that it's automatically switched on. And it will actually produce a large area of heat. Amazing. There we go. Cemetery has been established and hope rises. We are so hopeful as a society. Let's go ahead. We will jump through now to food, and we will get more food coming, because pretty soon we're actually going to be putting up a beacon and sending out some scouts to go explore the wildlands out here, the frozen scapes, and hopefully they can bring us back some more people. Let's go ahead and speed things up a little bit more again, and we will continue through until morning, where we will hopefully be able to continue and finish off. People are being treated still. A lot of people are getting sick because of the livable condition. You have a very low risk of getting sick, but with so many people, a low risk is, you know, low risk here, low risk here, low risk here. It kind of, yeah. We are now to 5 in the morning, and let's go through here. Fantastic. Steel wreckage has been depleted. I see. All that's left is 106 wood. Totally fine by me. And our hunters are back with some more food, I would hope. A new law. We will do ceremonial funerals. This will make it so that people aren't working for a little bit, but it would also cause a lot of hope to be retained through deaths. Loss of hope caused by deaths is actually halved. So we do want that. That is a great way to do. The ceremonies will be held at 2100 hours. Our deaths deserve no less. Fancy burials, who has time for that? Okay, Ruth. Dang. Alright. We will now go through and see what is going to happen towards the end of our work day here. We're wanting to finish the hunting, and then we will look into maybe getting a few more people.
Night is coming.
We still have 3 people in palliative care. Not a big deal. Do I have the extended shift on here? I do. Alright. They will get to work at 6 in the morning, and hopefully we will be good to go. Now, these folks that are in palliative care in the house, I'm actually unsure what happens with palliative care people. Like, I don't know if they get better, like, by themselves. Or at least it takes a very long time for them to get better. I'm pretty sure with the frostbite we have to wait. The hunter's gear, perfect. Hunter's gear will actually make us gain an additional amount of food per hunt, so we actually get quite a bit more food. Next, what we're going to do is we're actually going to send up a beacon. It allows us to build a beacon and send out troops to get survivors, because we need more people, because we're going to be rapidly expanding very, very soon. And by very, very soon, I mean in the next episode. We're going to leave it off here, guys. The first episode is kind of more of a gathering resources type deal. And I just noticed that we're actually out of coal at our area over here. So we'll actually, let's speed through. And let's see, long hours have a toll. Yes. Have to keep a regular shift for 3 days in order to keep everybody happy. Sure. We will do that, and it will put everybody back down to a normal shift for the next 3 days. There's nothing else over here by this gathering post, so we will actually take care of that, get rid of it, and we will remove the road that was built. Now over here, we have no coal left near this gathering post, so we're 3 days worth of coal, and then we're going to run out. As is. So let's go ahead and build the beacon. And then we're actually going to start researching a coal thumper. Pumping pressured water into the underground coal deposits, the coal thumper washes the precious resource to the surface, forming a pile of up to 560 coal per standard workday, enough for 2 gathering posts. So we will research that, and we will actually just build a second gathering post and a coal thumper right here, and then we will have unlimited amounts of coal to a small amount, to a small degree. For right this moment, though, we will put up the beacon, and we will end the episode with this beacon in place. I appreciate all you guys checking out the video today. Make sure you like and comment. Let me know what you think of the video, and I will definitely be looking out for your comments. And excited to get talking with you guys. I'm excited to build this little community that we got going on here, and I'm excited to just continue with the videos and get better as time goes on. And I will leave you with this beautiful cutscene.